No DQ Galaxy. We are live for night 2, part 2 of NoDQ.com's WrestleMania 39 predictions. Thank you to everybody out there watching this, whether it's live or on demand. Make sure you watch part 1 if you missed it. We do have 6 WrestleMania matches to discuss, and 5 of them are actually on night 2. I almost got my predictions for the lineups correct completely. The only matches I missed, Edge and Finn Balor will be on night 2 instead of night 1, and Rey Mysterio versus Dominik Mysterio will be on night 1 instead of night 2. But tonight, we're going to be predicting Rey Mysterio versus Dominik since we did not do it on part 1. Everything else is perfect for night 2. We have a few new panelists on tonight. We changed up the lineup slightly, but Jeff Meacham is back with us once again. TJS, Mr. Professional himself, is back with us again, as is Walter Cruz. And 2 new additions tonight from Tuesday. Mikey T, I want to throw it over to you. How's it going, man?
No DQ, WWE Prediction League's champion is in the building. That's right. The co-champ is here tonight, and we're setting things off right. And I got to give you some kudos, Aaron, for getting that mostly all of the predictions right for night 1.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Now, Noah just sent the link. If you guys want to be in the Predictions League, obviously you cannot click that link and it would be difficult to type. So just go to twitter.com/nfoster1916, and I'm sure he's got that link up there on his Twitter feed for you to check out. So, Mikey, your thoughts overall on WrestleMania as a whole on a scale of 1 to 10. What is your excitement level for this show?
You know, that's why I chose to do night 2 of WrestleMania with all of you gentlemen, because if you're coming in tonight with anything less than a 10 out of 10 for this show, you are out of your mind. We have all literally been waiting at least 10, 11 months to see Cody Rhodes face Roman Reigns. So I am a 10 out of 10 for this show based on that alone. We've all been waiting like a year for this.
Yes, this has been a long time coming. Now, let's turn it over to who is the best dressed man tonight. He could not compete with Jargo, so he had to skip out on night 1, but he's here tonight. Noah Foster, the Simple Man. He runs the No DQ predictions. Noah, how are you doing? And on a scale of 1 to 10, how excited are you for this premium live event, WrestleMania 39 in Hollywood?
It's WrestleMania week, damn it! But I digress. I'm super pumped and 10 out of 10. Hello, everybody. My No DQ family, the No DQ Nebula Galaxy and team. Good to see you all once again. And actually, if they go to those actual exact chat links in the chat, they can't click them. There's a hyperlink on them. So it's good to see all of you, and I'm looking very forward to this conversation for predictions and discussion. But as I said, if y'all want to make sure you are finalized, fill out the form, and everybody's got till noon to finalize everything for WrestleMania weekend. I'm pulling no hard stops here. That goes for all of you here on screen, too. But it's good to see all of you, and I'm looking very forward to this, Aaron.
Yes, as am I. I think we'll keep things a little bit more orderly than Tuesday night. But anyways, we do have a few super chats. Dr. Dakota Scorpio sent in a $2.20 super chat. And by the way, shout out to Josh Mansfield. He's under the weather, but much love to him. He was on Tuesday night. He'll be watching us here this evening. Dr. Dakota's super chat said, say no to Mikey as co-champ, but say yes to No DQ.
The co-champ is in the building.
Now, Mikey, did you watch Tuesday night? Do you know my predictions? Are they similar to yours?
Oh, you know, as the co-champion of the No DQ WWE Predictions League, I had to keep my eye on everything you guys were doing and all the controversy that TJS was over there stirring up on Tuesday night's show. But yeah, I watched your predictions. I made my studies, and I got a feeling the two of us will be not on the same page for this thing.
All right, well, let's see how it goes tonight. Now, we have 6 matches, but since there's only 6 and not 7, now, of course, there could be a 7th match added, which there probably will be. But since we only have 6 to talk about tonight, as a special bonus, real quick, this is going to be very quick. We are going to give our predictions for NXT. And if anybody on the panel doesn't want to contribute, they can pass. That's fine. We have NXT Stand and Deliver Saturday afternoon. Jeff, are you going to that?
No, I will be at the Undertaker meet and greet when that's going on.
Wow, interesting. I'm a little surprised.
Well, it was one of those, the Undertaker thing was a gift, and NXT would have had to be a paid ticket, and I'm taking my dad to see the Undertaker, so.
That's what's up.
All right, fair enough. Okay, so I'll start real quick. We have 7 matches. We have Chase University versus Joe Gacy's group, and I guess the winning team gets control of Chase University.
Yeah, it's they've been kind of going back and forth. The main draw has been what the hell's her name? Ava Raine and her messing with Thea's mind, as far as she's been the main antagonist toward Thea. So that's been the story. Duke's kind of, on the fence. He's claiming to be part of Chase U, but he definitely seems like he's more interested in himself and his vision for Chase U without Mr. Chase being involved. So that's what it is.
All right, thanks for that, Jeff. Now, before I get to that, Caleb Jacobs sent in a $5.62 super chat. Thank you, Caleb. Says, Cody finishes the story. He is to the real one. His father, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. I think Caleb is going with Cody, and we'll see what the rest of the panel here thinks in just a little bit. So,
yes.
Thank you for that, Caleb. Much appreciated. And Josh Mansfield threw in $5. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Caleb. Says, I love you guys. We are the No DQ family. We may fight, we may argue, but we are all united in our love for
professional wrestling. Damn it!
Buy the shirt.
All right. I'm going to say that Joe Gacy's group wins. So
yes.
They take control. I mean,
well,
it's interesting to me.
It's the in-ring debut of The Rock's daughter. That's what this is. So
she has to win then.
Has to win. Yep.
We have Gallus versus.
Did anybody else wanted to?
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm doing all the matches.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Somebody else, so it goes quicker.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, Gallus versus the Creed brothers versus. Wait a minute, this cut off on me.
Ruh-roh.
Versus the D'Angelo family.
Yep. Yes.
For the tag team titles, Gallus are the current champions. They did win at the last pay-per-view, right?
No, they actually won it. They became champions, I believe, at the NXT episode after the last premium show, if I remember right.
Wrong.
Okay, so I'm wrong. There you go.
When did they win, Noah?
NXT Vengeance Day. Gallus boys became on top. Pin in the New Day.
Okay.
Sorry.
They're retaining since they haven't held the titles for that long. Wesley versus Dragon Lee versus JD Lee versus Dragonov Lee versus Axiom Lee in a fatal 5-way match for the NXT North American title. Why does it seem like the North American title is always defended in like 4 ways or 5 ways? It's a little crazy.
At least in a ladder match this time.
We got to get these guys on the card.
I guess so. Noah, when did Wesley win the title?
Wesley won the NXT North American Championship back at Halloween Havoc last year in a ladder match.
Well, he's losing it. Okay, Dragon Lee's the new guy, so I'm going to say Dragon Lee wins the title.
Okay.
All right. Next, we have the tag team match for the women's tag team titles. Henley and James versus Alba Fire and Dawn.
Isla Dawn.
I have no idea who any of these people are really, so I'm just going to say the champs retain.
Well, the main story with the champions has been that they've been beefing amongst themselves over their male counterparts in their faction because one accuses the other lady of cheating on Briggs with some other guy in the company. That's basically what it is.
Wasn't Fire Kylie Ray or something?
Noah? Yeah.
Out of Fire is Kaylee Ray, former NXT UK Women's Champion.
Kaylee Ray. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, they changed the names, and that makes things even more confusing for me. All right, let's see. We got the ladder match for the NXT Women's Championship, another multi-way match. Jeez.
Yes.
So Roxanne Perez is back versus Zoe Stark versus Gigi Dolan versus Tiffany Stratton versus Valkyria. I'm not even sure how to pronounce her name.
Valkyria.
All right, I was totally off. and Indy Hartwell. I can pronounce her name.
Yeah.
I mean, I have no idea on this one. This could literally go anyway. I'm just going to say the champ retains. I don't know. I mean, whatever. And Johnny Gargano versus Grayson Waller. I guess Johnny wins.
No, Aaron, you'll love this. This is an unsanctioned match. So for an unsanctioned match, they had a contract signing on television.
Oh, jeez.
Seriously, whatever. Shawn Michaels is booking this. How is this that bad at booking? Like, God. Anyway.
I don't know. Anyways, Gargano wins this one. And then main event. This is interesting because they got the poster for the next pay-per-view, which is going to be Battleground. Of all the names to bring back, they bring back Battleground.
NXT is bringing back Battleground?
Yes.
I think I know why. I mentioned this off air, but it's the same day as Double or Nothing. So they are going to war with AEW on pay-per-view.
Oh, wow. That's kind of crazy.
Same day as Double or Nothing. So we're going to have Under Siege from Impact Wrestling on the Impact Plus special. Then the next day we have King, Queen of the Ring from WWE over in country. Oh, hell with it, Saudi Arabia. And then the next day is both Double or Nothing and NXT show. And both those shows are at the same time. It's like right around 7:30, 8 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, they should have just brought back Great Balls of Fire as far as I'm concerned.
We don't talk about that show on the channel anymore, though, remember?
Very true.
Okay.
All right, so Braun Breaker versus Carmelo, they're both on the official graphic, which is really interesting because I thought one of these guys, the loser of this match, would be called up. Now I'm thinking that they do a rematch. I am going to take a risk here. I think Braun Breaker's had a great run. I think it's time to wrap it up. I think Carmelo Hayes wins the title. Maybe Carmelo gets a good 6-month run as champion, and then Carmelo goes to the main roster. I think Carmelo's going to have a run with the world title in NXT before he goes to the main roster. So to me, this is the time, and maybe they hold off a little bit longer. Maybe Braun Breaker gets his rematch at the May show and then loses, and that's the end of him. Or maybe he just goes to Raw right away. Maybe the graphic is meant to throw us off. I don't know. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and just say this is Carmelo's time, and he wins the championship. So now, Walter, I'll throw it over to you. Go ahead, give us your predictions.
Okay, thank you. Well, like Noah says, hashtag not my NXT, so I'll be quick with mine. I'm going to say Joe Gacy's group wins, Gargano wins, and every other champ retains except Braun Breaker. Carmelo's going to be the new champ.
All right. Simple enough. All right, Jeff.
I think everything was right on the predictions. I think Carmelo's gonna win. They'll keep Braun Breaker on NXT, but they'll also have him make a surprise appearance, either Raw after Mania or something. That way they have his presence on main roster television to build. Because if they're gonna go up against AEW's biggest show of the year, they have to have visibility without a doubt. So I think they'll call him up, but Carmelo will win. Isla and Alba will win. Schism will win. I say Grayson Waller beats Gargano. Just have a funny feeling because Gargano's going back down for this purpose. But I think that they want to have Waller be over. Waller's been kind of beefing with Shawn Michaels on television as authority figures. So that's the only reason I think that. North American Championship, I'll go with Dragon Lee because he's the shiny new toy, like you said, Aaron. And then Gallus retains and Roxanne retains.
All right. Now we'll throw it over to TJS.
Good evening, gentlemen. For this one, I'm thinking that Schism does, in fact, win. The D'Angelo family, I think Gallus will retain their titles. I believe that, I know you guys are going with Dragon Lee to win the title, but I think that Ilya Dragunov might win it.
Okay.
I don't see... It's just interesting. I think that if Dragon Lee were going to win it, he would win it in a one-on-one match. So I'm going to say Dragunov. I believe that Alba Fire and Isla Dawn will win the women's titles. I believe Roxanne Perez will retain the NXT women's. I do believe that Waller is going to beat Gargano. And I think that we do have a new NXT champion when Hayes goes over Breaker, and then they have the rematch, like you mentioned, Aaron.
Yeah.
All right, we'll throw it over now to Mikey T, the movie star.
Yeah, this is this is the brand where I can play around a little bit. This brand, for everybody watching, this brand isn't really going to be involved in our official prediction league. This is truly the minor league of no DQ here that we're breaking down. But so the schism match with Chase U, what everybody is failing to realize is they've actually brought Tyler Bate into the equation, which is going to lead Chase U to actually getting the victory in this match. Gallus is going to retain their tag team championship in the triple threat. I mean, they got Stacks in there to take the pinfall. The fatal 5-way NXT North American Championship match. JD McDonough and Ilya Dragunov, they're in the middle of a feud. They're both more so contenders for the NXT World Heavyweight Championship. They're not going to be taking the North American title here. Wes Lee, as you said, he won this match in a ladder. He won the title in a ladder match. He's not going to lose it in a ladder match. Dragon Lee might end up taking it off of Wes Lee in the future, but he's not winning it here in this type of a match. Wes Lee is keeping the belt.
Not a ladder match, Mikey, just so you know.
Oh, it's not a ladder match? Oh,
Nope.
Damn. Anyways, Wesley is still going to keep the title. Thank God it's not a ladder match. I thought that's what Aaron was saying at the beginning of the thing. Anyways, Fallon and Henley, they really just got the titles. They're going to retain the titles here, even though they really don't need them because they've got this, this storyline going with Briggs and Jensen that is just pretty interesting. Roxanne Perez will be retaining the title. Braun Breaker, Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes is going to win the NXT championship. Carmelo is going to win the NXT championship, probably do a rematch, old school style. Champion gets a rematch. And I'm going back and forth with this one with Grayson Waller and Johnny Gargano. You know what I mean? Carmelo Hayes and Grayson Waller could be the next match for NXT. So, and plus Johnny Gargano has taken several losses on television. So I think Grayson Waller will win.
All right. And last but not least, Noah Foster. Hello there.
Hello. I was writing down everything. So let's see. NXT. Oh, wait, Jeff, you did say my quote. Not my NXT! But I digress. Let's see. Inclusive blood versus unaccredited institution. Ava Reign's going to be booked strong here, but the reason why Tyler Bate is on Chase U's side, I'm going to say Chase U wins. As far as the NXT North American Championship, Wesley's out to prove a point, got a chip on his shoulder, multi-person bout. Dragon Lee just came in. Ilya and Andrade are future challengers for the NXT World Championship. And then you have Axiom. Axiom might turn heel and finally take off his mask. Going to say Wesley retains. Gallus boys on top. Simple as that. As far as the NXT Women's Tag Team Champions, that's like every other teenage drama story you've seen back in 2015. F that nonsense. I'm going to say that Isla Dawn and Alba Fire wins. Roxanne Perez is challenging her anxiety and trying to prove a point and lead for others. I'm going to say Roxanne somehow overcomes the odds and wins because the reign just started. Grayson Waller versus Johnny Wrestling in an unsanctioned bout. Unsanctioned is familiar for Johnny Wrestling. I'm going to say he wins. Maybe this means he'll be at a longer tenure for NXT. And as far as the NXT Championship, Melo don't miss. Braun Breaker has been an incredible champion. I think, though, he's bound for the main roster some point this year. Brent Smith, LLL. I'm going to say Carmelo Hayes becomes a new champion. They run back at Battleground. That's Braun Breaker's final stand.
Sounds about right, Noah. Good job with your picks. We do have a few super chats here. Walter Cruz says, share, damn it. Hashtag, stick to my shtick. Thank you for that, Walter. And Hamp Connell sent in a $9.99 super chat. Thank you for that, Hamp. Much appreciated. A little trivia for everybody. Today is a big day in wrestling history. From 1998, the first day of the Austin era after WrestleMania 14, we saw Shawn Michaels' retirement. Triple H formed the DX Army. Jeff, our good buddy, Sean Waltman, X-Pac, made his return and cut that great promo on Eric Bischoff.
We were talking about that last night at the podcast recording. Sam Roberts brought that up, and it's like both him and Dolph had big Raw after Mania moments, and like Sean doesn't like give himself enough credit for that moment. It's like that changed everything, brother. And he was like, "All right, I'll take my flowers," and the whole crowd cheered. It was pretty cool. So,
yep, and also Chris Jericho did his 1004 holds promo over on Nitro.
Yes, so good. By the way, condolences out to Sean. His puppy Lula passed away either last night or this morning. So, with you, Sean, brother, stay strong, my friend.
Stay strong, man.
And Mr. Tito with a $2 super chat just throwing this out there. Let's see if TJS knows. Hey,
Jeez.
TJS, trivia question. How many WWE Hall of Famers have been indicted?
Actually indicted? That's easy. I mean,
Well,
not easy.
I did read of the recent indictment. So I'm not aware of any besides that one.
Are you very sad about that one?
Gotta follow the law.
Can we just not?
Who
get
was
into
indicted
politics on this channel? Can we not get? Into
sorry. I forgot. Sorry, I forgot. Never mind. Forget it. Yeah. Forget it. Forget it.
He has an orange spray tan.
Oh, jeez.
Okay.
Yeah, please, no more. I totally forgot about it.
Speculation.
Let's say he was rooting for Bobby Lashley, but now Bobby Lashley doesn't have a match.
Right? Isn't that the worst?
No wonder they took Lashley off of WrestleMania.
That's right.
Publicity.
Shit trickles down, folks. Anyway,
all right, so now it's time to get into the stuff everybody's been waiting for. That was our warm-up, our 20-minute warm-up. Now we get into the meat. We got WrestleMania Night 2. We are going to start off by talking about a Night 1 match, which is the only one I screwed up as far as my planning for these live streams.
Use my graphic. I'm sad now.
Well, I already had these uploaded, Jeff. I didn't even realize you made customized graphics.
I did.
I just thought you were sending them to me in case I needed them.
No, I made them all custom to plug my own stuff. I'm a horrible, shameless shiller.
Well, anyways,
Anyway.
We'll plug your stuff here in a few moments.
Yes, appreciate that.
Rey Mysterio versus Dominik Mysterio. This will be on Saturday night. This match, I think the buildup has been awesome. I think it's been the second best buildup after KO and Sami Zayn versus the Usos. I've really been enjoying it. Dominik being the ex-con, it's been very entertaining. And a lot of speculation about Rey Mysterio. Is he retiring? I don't think so, but I do want to get the panel's thoughts on this. TJS, I'm going to start with you on this one. Your thoughts on this match, and who do you think is leaving WrestleMania with the W?
I agree. I think that the build has been fantastic. And I think Dominik is proving a lot of doubters wrong. As a babyface, he was getting bland, but I think this heel turn is one of the best things that could have happened to his career. And I think that Dominik is going to win. If Rey wins, where does Dominik go from here? But if Dominik wins, he'll never shut up about it. He will endlessly remind us that he defeated his Hall of Fame father at WrestleMania. And maybe that's why Rey's going in. So Dominik can say, I beat a Hall of Famer when I was only, I don't know, maybe he's probably like my age, 25, 24. So we'll hear that forever. He's getting so much heat as it is. I think things are going to ascend nuclear level when he defeats his father at WrestleMania.
Caleb Jacobs sent in a $3 super chat. Says Angie turns on her mother and helps Dominik win.
And then I pointed out in the chat that's actually Aaliyah's the daughter's name. Angie's the wife, but it's okay. Either way. Botch. Yeah.
It's okay. Thank you for that, Caleb.
Yes,
and
thank you. Yes.
Josh Mansfield sent in a $2 super chat. Says Dominik will hold gold in 2023. Facts.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that happening. I could see him picking up a championship. But TJS, you made a great point there. I think either way, we're getting a rematch. If this was a retirement match where Rey was putting his career on the line, I would have gone with Dominik. But since I think there's going to be another match, Rey's going into the Hall of Fame this weekend, I think Rey's going to actually pick up the win. Dominik is still the rookie. It's like the teacher versus student, father versus son. TJS? I
just like to address the report of Rey Mysterio and the retirement. I believe that he said earlier this week that he doesn't see that retirement's close. He thinks that he'll be 50 or so. He's 48 right now, so I think he still has another couple years.
Yeah, he could be around for a decent amount of time. But what I think is going to happen is Rey will win, and Dominik's going to get really desperate for a rematch. Rey's going to be like, you got your match. I'm done. That's it. Let's be a family again. And Dominik's going to be, no, you son of a bitch. And he's going to keep pulling strings and doing dastardly things. And he'll finally get one more match. And that's when Rey puts the mask on the line. Maybe Dominik puts his hair on the line, mask versus hair, SummerSlam or something like that. Dominik wins and Rey goes off into the sunset and puts over Dominik, and then that's the end of Rey's career. I think that's what's going to happen. So I'm going with Rey Mysterio to win this one. Jeff Meacham, what are your thoughts?
Well, if James were here, I would say, James, clip that, what Aaron just said, and make it my pick, because it's exactly what I was going to say. I think that Rey's going to win here. They're still having Dom and Rhea antagonized now. They're at the Superstore today messing up the Rey Mysterio display. They're spray painting on pictures. They're messing with merch. They are into this shit. So I think they're going to continue it. And yeah, SummerSlam's a great suggestion. They're going to be in a major market in a stadium at Ford Field where, I think last time they were at Ford Field, Rey Mysterio no, that was 2009. I'm sorry. Anyway, they're going to be in a stadium for SummerSlam. They're going to give Rey and Dom another big showcase here. And yeah, hair versus mask is classic Lucha Libre stuff. Think about, Art Bar and Eddie Guerrero putting their hair on the line when Worlds Collide. So yeah, I think it's going to go to that. So Rey wins this weekend. Easy for me to say.
All right, let's throw it over now to the movie star, Mikey T.
This past week on Raw, I thought it was really crazy that they put Rey Mysterio in action because of what happened at the Rumble just a few months ago when he ended up facing off with, Karrion Kross, and then he injured himself on the Friday before the Rumble. So I was like, damn, why would they actually put him in the ring there on Monday? But going into this match on Saturday night, I'm going to have to say Dominik's going to take the victory here. Aaron and I are not aligning on that pick right there. So right off the bat, the no DQ WWE Prediction League Championship is up for grabs. I'm going Dominik, though, because, if Dominik loses this match, where does he go from here? I think TJS said that. Where does this man go from there? It's like you're in jobber status if you don't win this match. And plus, Rey Mysterio should want to put over his son. But again, it's a company. It's not necessarily about what Rey Mysterio wants to do.
Well, thank you for that. We're split on this match. Let's see what Noah Foster has to say.
Basically, Aaron, you took the words right out of my mouth. Been saying it for the last two panels I've done. This doesn't end until it's mask versus hair or career versus hair in some sort of way. It's the first time that's father versus son. It's got to escalate from here. Think about how much it took to instigate this. What's it going to do for Dominik to try and get a rematch if Rey beats him at WrestleMania? Rey Mysterio's got to go over here. This definitely isn't a one-off.
And Noah, how cool is it you and JJ are going to call this match Saturday night, man? It's going to be intense.
I'm going to enjoy this. This is one of those WrestleManias that I'm really looking more forward to than just one or two matches. This is going to be a lot of fun.
There you go, folks. We're on the air at 3 p.m. my time. I'll be at the stadium. I don't know how we're going to link this up because, like I said, I'll be in this where you see in the background that I'm on, but it's Wi-Fi is always tricky live. But I know Noah and JJ are going to have a great call both days, and we're calling NXT that morning for us because WWE hates us on the West Coast. We're going at 9:30 in the damn morning. But what are you going to do? But I'm going to enjoy it, and I look forward to hearing it back when I get back home, hearing your guys' call. So,
all right, Walter, let's get your thoughts on this, and then we'll move on to the next match.
Yeah, as soon as they started the story for this, I went automatically Dom in my head. But then when they announced the match and there's no stipulation like mask on the line or career, it made me think like, oh, okay, maybe there's a rematch. But I think I'm looking forward to all Dom's heels promos and him becoming an a-hole and just throwing in everybody's face. So I think Dom's going to win, and I think they're not going to show Rey's face to the crowd, but I think he's going to take his mask and just every day, every Monday, come out with the mask in his hand or on his face, just trolling everybody. And I'm looking forward to heel. It just works for heel, and Dom is such an a-hole to get that. He already has nuclear go away heat. Now this is it's going to make it 10 times worse. So I say Dom for the win on this one.
All right, so we're split down the middle, 3-3 for this one, which makes it fun when it's hard to predict the match. We don't really know who's going to win this one. Everybody's got a bit of a different opinion on it. This will be a fun one to watch.
That's what makes it so great to watch this stuff, Aaron.
Absolutely. All right. Mr. Tito sent in $5, said, good thing Vince McMahon did not use his campaign money for his hush payments or he would be indicted too.
Oh my God, we're in trouble. Move on, quick.
Well,
thank you for the money, though.
Mr. Tito. Yes, thank you, Mr. Tito. Much love to Tito for his column work and his opinions. He definitely has them. That's for sure.
yes, and we thank you for the money, and we'll be hushed about it going forward. We promise.
All right, guys, we're ready to move on to the next match of the evening. Now we are on night 2 of WrestleMania officially. We got the women's showcase match.
Okay.
We got Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler going up against the Karens, Sonya Deville and Chelsea Green versus Shotzi and Natalya, not sure what we're calling them, versus Raquel and Liv Morgan. I do not care about this match. I have little to no interest in this match. Like, they should at least say that the winning team is getting an opportunity at the tag team titles. I'll be very quick on this one. Ronda Rousey's in the match. Don't see Ronda Rousey losing in her hometown, Los Angeles, in a throwaway match. Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, very confident that they're winning this one. Noah, I'm going to throw it over to you now. Do you have a maybe different opinion on this? Go ahead.
No. LA. Ronda wins. Simple as that. Move on.
Damn.
All right. We might get through this one quick. Mikey T.
So we got Liv and Raquel. We got the complaint department. We got Ronda, Shayna Baszler, and who's the fourth team?
Natty and Shotzi.
Oh, Natty and Shotzi.
Last minute thrown together team.
Yeah.
That this is really, really a ridiculous match to have, and it's only been put together because Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler are together. I really wish it could have been like a fatal 5-way. Why didn't they do the NXT thing here? Do like a fatal 5-way or something, but it is what it is. It's kind of old school in the thought that WWE always used to do a fatal 4-way tag team match back in the day with a bunch of bland ass tag teams like the Smoking Guns versus the Godwins versus the Body Donnas
and the Headbangers.
You know what I mean? So that's why they're doing this. This is the Triple H booking that Triple H remembers when he was getting press slammed by the Ultimate Warrior. This is the booking that he remembers.
In Southern California, no less.
But it's cool, man. I dig it. I like the 2 fatal 4-way matches. Obviously, Ronda and Shayna.
All right. So now we throw it over to TJS. Any different opinion?
Gentlemen, I concur.
All right. Well, simple as that. Jeff, do you concur?
I do agree with them winning, but for Natty and Shotzi, since Shotzi drives the tank, can we call him Lip Filler and Dynamite?
Oh, there you go. There's
okay. There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
The Black Hearts works because Shotzi Blackheart, I get, but they're not using that last name anymore, JJ. So you know,
maybe they should.
That'd be too creative,
right?
All right, Walter. You usually have a lot to say. Do you have a lot to say this time?
Nobody cares about this match. It's Ronda and Shayna. But you know what? This might be the match that goes in between the match before the main event and the main event so that everybody can calm down, breathe, and then get ready for the main event.
That's how I'd book it. That's how I'd book it. For real. Because
pre-show.
Well, because no, there's no pre-show either night this year, Mikey.
Yes, there is.
Well, there's a pre-show, but there's no pre-show matches. Excuse me.
Exactly.
Yeah. But there's always that match in between to calm somebody down over something that really, really happened that everybody's like, holy, and they lose their stuff for, and then another good match.
Well, Walter, if they book it like Mania 28, Hell in a Cell will either be in the middle of night 2 or toward the end. So they got to have this in between Hell in a Cell and the world title match because I'm going to need to go take a leak after that Hell in a Cell match. I ain't moving my seat. So
exactly.
This match might get canceled, might get bumped.
I think I think this is the whole purpose of this match. It really is that little break between to calm everybody down.
And they won't bump it. It's not X-Pac's 10-man tag at WrestleMania 10 that we also talked about yesterday.
Yeah, Jeff. It's going to be some Jeff Jarrett shit. You know what I mean? I mean, they wouldn't bump a Horseman's match. I'll tell you that much.
Well, they actually did bump Jeff Jarrett's match. That's what I'm talking about. 10-man tag at WrestleMania 10. So
if he had been a Horseman, they would have never bumped the match. Jeff.
Well, he wasn't a Horseman yet.
Exactly.
Anyway, Aaron.
Damn.
Yes.
Stop talking about Jared before Big
Oh.
G starts crying.
And Caleb,
Oh.
Caleb, I got your super chat. We're going to read that off when we talk about the main event, so we're not jumping around off topic here. But thank you for that, Caleb. I have it starred. We will get to it, I promise. All right, we're moving on here. That was quick. We got through that one relatively fast. Now we move on to another match maybe we will get through pretty quickly. It is Brock Lesnar versus Omos. I'll start again. Here's what I think is going to happen. Omos is going to do a few power moves on Brock, do the tree slam. Brock will kick out. Brock will pop back up, F5 him. That's going to be the big spot that gets shown on ESPN, and we'll get 3 million hits on YouTube and TikTok. Brock Lesnar wins one F5. Omos isn't going to be kicking out of multiple things. Brock hits him with one F5, wins the match. It's going to be like 3-4 minutes tops.
Yep.
And that's that. So Brock Lesnar wins. Showcase for Brock. Walter, I'll throw it over to you. Go ahead, give us your spiel.
I think the bathroom break is going to be longer than this entire match. And then I say Brock 3 F5s, but he's not going to try to pin him on the first one. He's going to just do it to kick his butt. He's going to do it 3 times.
They'll do like the
1, 2, 3.
like the one more time, more time.
Right. Yeah. Yep.
Exactly.
Because Brock's the baby face in this.
Yeah.
It is so weird to go into an LA pay-per-view with Brock as a babyface. I'm not going to lie. Strange.
All right, Jeff.
Oh, Brock wins. Like you said, 1 to 3 F5s tops. That's like I said. I'll be the bathroom after the tag match longer than I will. This match will go on.
All right,
I tell you what, if Omos wins, Vince is back booking.
Nah, well, okay. I think that's a little much.
That's
But,
a stretch.
yeah.
All right, Mikey
Ooh.
T. Mikey T, your thoughts.
I'm actually going to say I really hope I agree with Josh on this one. I hope this is the return of the old Brock Lesnar, and like we go back to the Brock Lesnar that's not like the cowboy Brock Lesnar. You know what I mean?
I like Cowboy Brock.
Yeah, I know it's getting kind of stale though, to be honest with you. I think Brock Lesnar could get another year or 2 out of it if he comes back as that MMA fighter, Brock Lesnar. We'll see what happens though. I think Brock is going to win this match easily. And this just sucks because WWE could have really given us what they did last month with Lesnar and Lashley on a bigger scale at Mania. So, that's just kind of like, because we've already seen Lashley beat Omos. So what's the point really? Lesnar's going over here.
All right,
Man,
TJS.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be mostly Omos beating up Brock, and then at the last minute Brock will hit 1 F5, and that'll be it. There's no way Brock is hitting 3 F5s on Omos. I think that it's a one. When he does it for the first time, because Omos is not typically taking bumps, so I guess the story can be that his body didn't expect it or something, and then Brock can win. I could either see that or Omos beats him down for almost the whole match, and then Brock locks him in the Kimura, and Omos taps out. It could be one of those two. But regardless, I think it's going to fall pretty flat. It's going to be short. Under 5 minutes, I think. Brock will pick up the win.
I agree
I would
with you,
open with
TJ.
this just because everybody expects it to fall flat. I would open with this if I was booking it.
I don't think we're going to...
I wouldn't open with it. You have to come out of the gate strong. It's what I haven't seen open night one. Even if you put it like second or third, don't put it in a showcase spot, but don't open or close with it. That's just asking for disaster.
Put it as number 2, I think. I think I know what's
it's definitely number 2.
Yeah. But I go 3, no further than that.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Noah, we'll wrap this up with your thoughts on this. And people are saying this might be Brock Lesnar's last match. I do not think so. I think he's got more in the tank. What do you think?
Brock wins, comes back at SummerSlam. Omos is the new big show of the WWE. Loses at WrestleMania every year.
Pretty much. Well, no, he won in 2021.
With Cody. And he won against Cody for the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess Omos does have one WrestleMania win as tag team, but
think about that booking. The main event challenger for the world title lost the Intercontinental title to the Big Show at WrestleMania before. Just think about that booking for a second.
Yeah, but about to say, different time, different era.
Absolutely.
Brock ain't losing. Brock ain't losing.
I don't think it's going to be Kane Khali level bad, y'all in the chat. I don't think it's going to be that bad because they're going to keep it short.
Yeah.
Kane Khali was much worse because it went long.
Exactly.
Well, they had to do the scoop slam spot. Then he got trapped in the ropes. Then he had to pull the big hook out from his Steno Evil type character. It was just a smosh.
Yeah, it was awful.
Yeah, I don't think this match is going to be bad. I think it's just going to. I truly think it's going to be Brock playing the underdog, Omos beating him down the whole match, and then at the very last minute, Brock, gets him up, gives him the F5. 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Yeah.
Walter?
I like that.
Remember the blood bonus that we did with John Moxley? We should do plus or minus 3 minutes on this match, and somebody risks the point.
What's the over under? Yeah.
What's the over under?
You can do that for fun. I already got like 50 people on this, but I mean, let's be honest. It's WrestleMania. The entrances, the ding ding, the face off. Move. They're going to give him at least, and it's Brock Lesnar, they're going to give him at least 5 to 7 minutes, bell to bell, tops.
The stage looks good, though. I'll say that. The stage looks solid so far.
I do agree about that.
Yeah. Looking forward to it, man.
It's steps. It's all those steps.
Yeah,
well, it's like a big Hollywood gala premiere leading down into like a theater with the steps. It looks really cool.
They should make the ramp red. A red ramp.
They probably will before it's all done.
We're out the red carpet. Anyway, we spent way too much time on this Smosh Fest. Move the freak on.
All right. Next up, we have the Raw Women's Championship.
Oh, that's better.
Yes, much better. Bianca Belair defending against Asuka. Asuka has this new character, well, basically her old character pre-WWE that she reintroduced at the Royal Rumble, but new to the WWE fan base. And Bianca Belair's been champion for a long time, and nothing lasts forever. Is this the time for the title change? Let's go ahead and get everyone's thoughts on this one. They were acting very friendly up until like the last week or two, and then they had their falling out and things got heated. So, Noah, I will throw it right back over to you. Your thoughts on this match. Do we finally get a new champion? Does Bianca's lengthy reign come to an end? And real quick here, before we get to your thoughts, we do have a few super chats here. Mr. Tito questioned if it's Brock's last WWE match. I say no, definitely not.
Nope. As long as the money's good, he will never stop. He's going to keep going until he owns all of Canada.
Yes, pretty much.
That won't take long.
No, I know.
Josh Mansfield sent in $2. Thank you, Josh. Says, we're getting the 2003 Shooting Star Press Brock.
I don't want to say I love Cowboy Brock. I don't want to, but I wouldn't mind seeing that intense Brock back. I don't want to see Shooting Star Press Brock. I don't need to be watching him get carted away on a stretcher. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Guys, I agreed with you on one thing, but I'm not going there.
Yeah. No, that's. We don't need to see that shit. I'm sorry.
No. He didn't hit it when he was in his 20s. I don't think he's going to do it in his 40s.
Yeah, no.
You give them an inch, and they take them out.
Classic phrase, Mikey T. The classic phrase.
Yes. Are we good on Super Chats, Aaron?
We got Dr. Dakota Scorpio says, after Brock versus Omos can finally say Taker versus John Gonzalez wasn't one if the worst WrestleMania match of all time.
Like I said, I don't think this is going to be as bad as people are thinking.
No, it's just going to be
I really don't. And Taker Gonzalez was bad, and it was far too long, and the finish was far too sports entertainment-y with the whole resurrection. It was so bad. The whole feud was bad. Taker had a rough couple first years of WrestleMania. It was awful.
I do say that it's good that we all have low expectations. That way they can surprise us.
Exactly.
Very true.
This has more allure than that, anyways. This has more of a draw than that, or Kane versus Khali,
I don't know, man. 1993, Undertaker was still really cooking with gas, and that thing with the Rumble, it had, remember, 93 business was what it was, Mikey, but the lore of, wow, he took Undertaker out with ease. He did like it was nothing. It was a good idea. It just was executed like a horribly, just bad. Mm-hmm. So,
all right, Noah, let's get your thoughts on this match.
So the thing about this is Bianca Belair is coming into WrestleMania this time as the champion. Third WrestleMania in a row. The last two WrestleMania, she came in as challenger, won both times, achieved gold. She won SmackDown and Raw, respectfully, in back-to-back. But this is a repackaged Asuka. This is not the NXT Asuka. This is before Asuka was NXT. This was the signed Kana. If this new character development is going to have any merit to it whatsoever, and Bianca Belair might finally get some new character direction, you can spell WrestleMania with EST, but it doesn't mean she can't eat a defeat. Finally, Asuka becomes the new Raw Women's Champion.
All right, so 1 for Asuka. Mikey T, let's go ahead and get your input on this.
I'm feeling like Asuka's going to win this match as well. I think it's time that, we get a little bit of a change here. Their feud will probably continue for the next couple months. But I think that Asuka needs to double back and get her main event moment that Triple H probably lobbied for back a few years ago when Charlotte broke her record. And I don't think Triple H is going to have much of an issue getting her the title now, unless they feel like, damn, Bianca's going to have the longest reigning championship run, because the Usos and Roman are going to lose both their golds. It'll leave Bianca with the longest reigning title run at the moment. But I'm going to go with Asuka here. I'm feeling like Asuka's going to take the title. They'll continue things for a few months.
All right, that's 2 for Asuka. TJS, is it 3 for Asuka?
It is not. I think I believe that Bianca is going to retain here. I think that they're trying to. I think eventually they're going to dub her as Miss WrestleMania, and I think she's going to win. I think Asuka will have a good showing, a very game Asuka, if you will. I think that they have a rematch later on, but I think here at WrestleMania that Bianca Belair retains.
And TJS, I go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think it's going to take Asuka to be a little bit more vicious, a little bit more heel, and that's going to coax Bianca into the rematch.
Now that's a valid point. I think this is how it's going to go down. I think that as much as I would like to see Asuka win, Bianca Belair, she's the cash cow, and you have to keep in mind that the draft is coming up soon. And my prediction is I think Rhea Ripley's winning the SmackDown Women's title. I think Charlotte is getting drafted to Raw, and it's going to be Charlotte versus Bianca Belair again for the title. And Charlotte's going to chase, 15 or 16, wherever the hell she's at. I know people hate
16,
that, but
she's going for 17, 16.
I'm thinking realistically what WWE does. I want Asuka to win, but my official prediction is Bianca retains, and they're going to keep her run going.
I don't know, Aaron. I like your pick. You know what I mean? Because it counters mine, but I don't see Charlotte going to Raw. She just came back to SmackDown, just won the title on SmackDown. Seems like she has a little bit of unfinished business on SmackDown.
We'll see. Jeff Meacham, what are your thoughts? With 2-2, by the way.
Bianca retains.
All right.
I think Asuka will be better suited re-teaming with Kyrie now that she's expressed interest in doing that, and maybe we even get Io thrown in there if her team has a falling out at WrestleMania as well. So
there you go. There's something for Asuka to do. We always ask what happens if Asuka doesn't win.
What happens next? Kyrie's coming back. That's what happens next.
Oh, Big Baller G in the house. How about that? Big Baller G shout out says, hey, everyone, enjoy the weekend festivities. He is at a wedding this weekend. By the way, who's the guy in the white shirt?
That would be Mr. Tyler Joseph Smith.
Mr. Professional.
That's right.
TJS.
That's right.
Damn.
He's not a Jeff Jarrett fan, by the way. Am I right in that, TJS?
That's correct.
He does not like Jeff Jarrett, but I know one guy who does like Double J.
Oh, jeez. The man paid us money and we're still putting that crap up. Good grief.
Well, remember what I said. If someone super chats, they can get the picture up, although he didn't ask.
He didn't ask for the picture.
That's the very person.
Big G likes Double J because he didn't have to go through all of his bullshit mid-card matches and losing to all the main eventers in the 90s. I literally saw this man lose to everybody. Every single damn pay-per-view. One after another.
All right, so Walter, this is your chance to pick Asuka, so it's 3-3. We have a split decision. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with Jeff on this idea of the Io and Kaya coming back. I think you form the Japanese mafia. You do all these heel promos
Zuka.
in Japanese.
Oh yeah.
No English. You get everybody to boo you. But I think Asuka wins the title, depending on what happens with Damage Control. Now Io and Kai come back. They win the they win the tag team titles, and you have all three of them just dominate with titles, and you do that for about a year. I say Asuka
would
wins.
actually make the women's tag titles maybe relevant.
He is doubling down on the women getting the push. I like that. I like the boldness of it. I do.
I respect it. I respect
I'm
it a
going to
lot.
note all of that for my WWE 2K23 wrestling game.
That's right.
Yeah.
All right, well, interesting. Definitely a match that could go in multiple directions. We'll see what happens with that one. Not a overly predictable match, that's for sure. Now we move on. We got 2 matches left. We're almost done here, although these are 2 significant matches, so this may go for a while. All right, guys. This match is going to be banger after banger after banger. You know what I'm talking about. We got Walter defending the Intercontinental title, the ring general, going up against not just Sheamus, but Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. Triple threat match. If Clash at the Castle is any indication of what we're in store for, this is going to be an all-time classic. Could be one of the greatest Intercontinental title matches, and I think it's going to steal the show of night 2. Roman Reigns and Cody, they got a big spot to try and top this match. It's going to be tough because these guys are going to kill it. This is going to be top tier wrestling from these guys, and I'm very curious to see what everybody thinks about this one. Gunther has been on a complete roll as champion. Does it continue? He could lose without taking the fall. Since Gunther was formerly Walter, I'll start with you on this one. Your thoughts on this match?
All right, yeah. I debated on this for I don't know how long. This is one of the things where your heart and your brain don't agree, because my heart wants Sheamus to win so he can finally get the last title to be Grand Slam champion. But I think Gunther's going to pull it. I think he retains. He continues his dominance, and I just don't see the other one winning. And I don't know if the Sheamus and Drew get along all of a sudden after the match, like, look, and they start being a team again, and they do the whole banger after banger gimmick again. I don't know what's going to happen between those two. Maybe they continue a feud, but I think Gunther's walking out the champ. And I think if they were smart, if WWE is smart, you book this match early because it's going to steal the show, and you don't want any thunder. You don't want this one anywhere near the main event to steal the thunder from it. So I think maybe you might want to open with this one, maybe, now that I'm thinking about it, so that all the excitement gets out of the way and you might forget about it. 2 hours pass before the main event, because this is definitely going to steal the show and everybody's going to be hyped about this one.
Yeah.
So I would book this early.
And if you remember, they put Gunther versus Sheamus on like second at Clash at the Castle, and that seemed to work out very nicely. So that could definitely be where it's like maybe the second match could be the first match. But Jeff, so question for you, trivia here to help us out. Hockey Talk, man, how close is Gunther to breaking that record?
Honky's at 454. Gunther's at 290 as of today. So he has to get to September 7th, 2023 is the day. I don't think he's going to get there. I was hearing June on one of the shows I did this week. I forget who was on the set down, but that's not the case. It's not even close to that, actually. So when I was hearing June, I was like, okay, maybe they'll do it. But September 7th is a long time away. So I don't think they're going to have Gunther be the guy to break the honkometer, but I do think he retains here.
All right. Let's go over to Mikey T on this one.
All right. So this match right here, I kind of want Drew McIntyre to win this thing. You know, I'm kind of going back and forth with Drew. Do they give Drew the mid-card title? You know what I mean? I don't think they give Drew the mid-card title here. I don't think it's time for Gunther to challenge Cody Rhodes for the WWE Championship either. You know, I think they got to save that potentially for this coming year's Royal Rumble or something. Like, I just don't see that happening at SummerSlam. So I think Gunther needs to keep the Intercontinental Championship, and Drew McIntyre and Sheamus will reunite as the tag team, possibly going against Sami Zayn and KO as heels. I don't want to read too much into the future. I don't know if WWE is really considering this whole Grand Slam thing, but it really seems like it's like Shame. I didn't really think they were reading into it so much, but it's been Sheamus's dream on WWE programming for like the last 6-7 months. So I don't know. I just don't see that they might miss the opportunity to complete that story, but we'll have to wait and see. I'm thinking Gunther retains here, though. I will reserve the right to switch my pick, though, because I'm really going back and forth on this one.
What time on Saturday, Noah?
Noon.
Noon on Saturday is the deadline. Noon Eastern. Noon Eastern's the deadline.
You spoiled your main event pick.
Right?
You didn't realize.
It's all good. Well, you know what? Mikey T can listen. We still have more opinions on this. So, TJS, your thoughts. Maybe you can persuade Mikey T to change his mind.
I desperately want Gunther to break Honky Tonk Man's record, but I don't think it happens. I really don't. I think this Sunday, Drew McIntyre has yet to have his moment in front of a stadium, and I think this is where he gets it. I think McIntyre wins as a consolation prize. I think he wins. I think he's going to pin Sheamus, and then Gunther can argue, hey, I wasn't pinned. Why did I lose the title? He was already kind of saying that at the contract signing. So I almost went with Sheamus, but I can't see Sheamus pinning Drew or Gunther. So I'm just going to say that McIntyre wins the title.
Well, it could happen, but there's been quite a few chat room comments about McIntyre possibly turning heel after this. So, that's a possibility too. Now, This Guy Experience sent in $2. He said, United Nations implode, bring back Rusev. Well, Rusev's under contract for 4 or 5 years in AEW. Yeah. So.
And they're doing what with him right now?
Absolutely nothing.
Exactly. So I wouldn't be surprised if he wants out because they're not doing shit with him.
Yeah, but they're not going to buy him out.
WWE won't buy him out, but it's if you believe rumor and innuendo, Tony's going to be nice and let Christian show up over the weekend. So maybe okay, yeah, fine, have him back. We'll see.
All right, Noah, you're last on this one. Any final thoughts you would like to add to this?
The mat is sacred. The fact that Daling General does not have a one-on-one opponent tells you the caliber of athletes that are capable to try and take the Intercontinental Championship off of Daling General. There's a reason why it's a triple threat. You have a buffer, you have a fall guy. Everybody's about the sympathetic story of Sheamus completing the Grand Slam. But Gunther has been one of the most prolific Intercontinental champions this generation of the WWE. He is a future world champion first ballot challenger. But I don't think they're ready yet to pull that trigger. Daling General will succeed at WrestleMania, and I believe he's pinning Sheamus again.
Well, I agree with you on one part and disagree on another part. I agree with you. Gunther's going to retain by hook or by crook. It's one of those matches, the deck is stacked against him, and him winning makes him even more stronger. And I think that it would be better, as much of a feel-good moment as it would be for Sheamus to win the title after everything he's been through trying to get it. I think ultimately the person that beats Gunther should be a rising star like a Braun Breaker, somebody like that could get a huge rub from beating Gunther. So I don't think it should be Sheamus or McIntyre. I think McIntyre is going to be the one to take the fall, and I think the chat room's onto something. I think McIntyre is going heel. I think he's been really stale as a babyface, and you know what? He turns, he gets frustrated from this loss, he goes over to Raw, and if a certain somebody wins the title from Roman Reigns, has a heel challenger.
Fair point. I could also, see the Banger Bros going back together as a tag team, maybe going after the tag titles against another pair of brothers. While I think the heel turn for Drew McIntyre is impending, I just don't see them pulling the trigger or at least teasing it at WrestleMania. If nothing else, I could see Walter's next challenger being Pete Dunne. But I do like the fact you do bring up workhorse championships, bringing the young guys in. Again, it should be an upward comer to carry the Canelo champion and see what they can do. Whether or not it's from NXT or something else in WWE remains to be seen. But regardless, Walter ain't losing.
All right, TJS.
No, I'm not.
I just wanted to mention that last year on the Go Home SmackDown, the Intercontinental Championship match was Ricochet versus Angel versus Umberto. So we can see how much Gunther has elevated the championship.
Yeah. And I wouldn't pull the trigger with the if you're gonna do the Sheamus thing, I think it would mean more on a one-on-one match than some triple threat.
Ban this man.
I know we should. Thank you for the super chat, but screw you.
Ban this man. That's right.
Zack Ryder returns and wins the IC title.
Bad memory, Aaron.
I said that as a joke, but for the US,
no.
for the US title.
No.
Well, you know what, Zack Ryder, I can say with confidence, Zack Ryder is not coming back to WWE.
Yeah,
Zack Ryder's not. That's correct.
Yes,
Zack Ryder is not. That's correct. Yes.
Now, some guy named Matt Cardona showing up.
Yeah, there you go.
That's okay. If Matt Cardona comes back, I'm okay with that.
Just no climbing ladders at WrestleMania, Matt. For Aaron's sake, please.
Right.
Yeah, it would make more sense for Matt if Cena won the U.S. title and Matt beat Cena for the U.S.
I
title.
would pop for that.
The circle,
circle of
the
life
whole
shit,
Kane
right?
thing and the stolen woman. That'll be storytelling.
Seriously. Yeah. That would be cool on Monday at Staples if Cardona answered the U.S. Open challenge if John wins. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Matt Cardona took a major shot at AEW this week. He was like, if I would have ended up staying there, I would have been wrestling on Dark. He was absolutely right. It was
100% right.
Accurate.
Damn, kind of crazy, though.
Accurate.
Oh, Josh Mansfield. Oh, look what Josh is doing here. Ryder winning was in my top 5 WrestleMania moments. Not sorry.
The man did you a favor, Aaron. The man did you a favor for crying out loud.
You know what they say when you shave your head that your hair doesn't come back sometimes? Happened.
Now, you know what?
I blame Matt Cardona for my early.
I will agree that Matt did me a favor because my hairline was already freaking on the back of my head at that point. Aaron had decent hair. He had decent thick hair in 2016. And
let's have Matt Morgan pay for some road games.
I'm not even lying. Like, my hair was never the same after I shaved.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't.
I never thought about it like that, man. But you're right.
Like, it's a thing.
Yeah, it very much is. The first time I fully shaved it, I mean, like completely bicked it down to nothing. It has never fully grown out. And when it does, I look like John C. Reilly had a really bad bender. It's awful. It's the worst. So yeah, it's all Cardona's fault because I went in and sided with this guy on the bet, and damn you, Cardona. Anyway,
moving on.
All right, let's get to the main event of the evening, everybody. Final match. Let's do this. We got the unified WWE Universal Championship up for grabs. Roman Reigns, he's been champion. How many days, Noah?
Over 900 and freaking 20 plus days. The tribal chief Roman Reigns is going into his 28th defense.
Wow.
That is crazy. And Cody Rhodes, he came back from the injury at Hell in a Cell. He won the Royal Rumble, and now he's on the mission to finish the story. This is going to be an epic main event. Is this the time that Cody Rhodes finally finishes the story, ends the run of Roman Reigns, which has been one of the greatest title runs of all time? What is going to happen here? Lots of opinions on this one. Lots of different ways this can go. They're teasing the bloodline falling apart. Caleb Jacobs sent in a $2 super chat. I told you I would get to it, Caleb. He said, what about Solo Sikoa costing Roman Reigns the title? What if there's a miscommunication and Solo accidentally hits Roman Reigns? That's one of several possibilities. I mean, it's quite possible we will get some outside interference in this match. There can be shenanigans, maybe not. Maybe it's a straight-up match. So many things can happen, and I feel like every person on this panel might have a different way that this is going to go. So let's go ahead and break this down. I don't think it's going to be a double count out, Dr. Dakota Scorpio. I'm
oh my God,
confident of that.
Inglewood would burn.
I was
to
going
the
to say,
ground.
you want to guarantee a riot in Inglewood, which is never a good idea to start with. That's how you do it.
Well, Jeff, you're going to be there in Inglewood, so we're going to start with you on this one.
Shit. Okay, fine.
To get your thoughts on this match. Now, Roman is so close, and let me throw this out there. Virtue made a bet with Josh Mansfield.
Yes, he did.
Virtue thinks that Roman is going to retain. He thinks Roman is going to retain. Roman is very close to 1,000 days. So if Roman retains,
60 days.
Yeah, he'll be the champion most likely to 1,000, which means WWE can market the 1,000 days. So if you look at it from that perspective, WWE likes to capitalize on stuff like this. And whenever are you going to get 1,000 days for a champion again, other than Gunther, but for the world champion might not ever be a good opportunity again. So that is something to think about. On the other hand, if Cody wins, you have a whole bunch of fresh new opponents for the world title. Yep. The world champion will actually be a full-timer. You got Randy Orton coming back. You got Drew McIntyre, as I mentioned earlier. Yep. You have numerous people that Cody can defend the title against. So many different viewpoints. Jeff, if you had to make a prediction, which you were going to bet money on it, what do you think is going to happen?
So we're at 939 days for Roman right now. The 1,000 days, as you said, will be it'll be the day of, or if that's the weekend of, King and Queen of the Ring, that crazy now 4-show loaded weekend at the end of May, which we'll talk about later. Roman has gone through everybody. They keep posting that title defense list on social media, like every other week they do that stuff, which is fine, hyping the story. And then you have Cody, who came back a year ago at WrestleMania. Roman won became unified champion the same weekend that that Cody came back. Excuse me. This is the best storytelling WWE has done. Aaron, you and I kind of co-signed on this after the Royal Rumble, and we got massive shit for it. But it's been the best story WWE's done in my fandom in 33 years. And I think you said the ending of the Rumble was the best you've seen, and that got heat. But I agree with you. This story has been so well told. Yes, the thread with Sammy has been a wonderful addition to it, but Roman Reigns' time as the champion, the guy at WWE, especially in the last year since WrestleMania, we're 1 week away from a year on that reign alone, by the way. It's storybook stuff. And as much as I want Cody to finish the story, everybody that's been a fan of you and I, Aaron, for the entire time of doing this knows how much we love the Rhodes family. It just, he was one of our early guests and really got us out there in the world of doing this podcasting stuff. As much as I want Cody to get there for Dusty and for Dustin and for everybody, I have to acknowledge the fact that WWE is all about that bottom line, and Roman will walk out of the stadium as champion.
Wow, that is one for Roman Reigns. And you know what? It's a tough call here. Roman Reigns could get to 1,000 and do that. You also have to think about, is it too soon for Cody? I've seen people make the comment that he should chase. He needs to show some weakness. Having a big, devastating loss, only to bounce back and win it at SummerSlam.
The thread I've heard has been one of two things, and I've kind of gone with one, and JJ and we've all kind of gone back with the other one. Cody wins King or Queen of the Ring on the 1,000th day. Or he'll win King of the Ring because I'm that tired I said that wrong. Cody wins King of the Ring on the 1,000th day. Then he calls his shot right there and goes, "Come on, Roman, let's do this right now." That's how you do it. You get to 1,000 days, and then that's where you do it. That's the other thing, because they haven't had a really big oh my God moment over in Jeddah. Yeah. I mean, they've had some cool moments, but the only oh my God moment was the DX versus Brothers of Destruction catastrophe, which was so bad. Either that or Cody wins Money in the Bank in London to give London that big moment pop, and then Cody cashes in, calls his shot, pulls a John Cena, pulls an RVD at SummerSlam.
I was just going to say, you also got Money in the Bank lurking. So
I was going to say, Cody will definitely win one of the two, either King of the Ring or Money in the Bank. That's what I see happening, and SummerSlam is the day that either he wins it at SummerSlam with Money in the Bank, or I still think him having a presence at the King of the Ring and calling his shot there and having it be on the 1,000th day would be just awesome for that that event, because we kind of crap on that event. We do, and I don't think it's unjustified most of the time. But to have the championship change hands at that event with Cody finishing the story after becoming King of the Ring or just being at the show would be a huge moment.
Yes, absolutely. Now, we have another opinion in here from Hamp Kano. He says Solo turns on Roman, Cody wins, and Cody starts a group with Solo, Dominik, Charlotte, and Braun Breaker, and they're called the Birthright.
We appreciate the $5, but that's a lot of egos in one group. I don't think that's going to work.
I don't think Cody's ever going to be in a group. Cody's, very much a guy that does his own thing.
No, yeah, he's shown he's more successful when he's just Cody, not hanging around with, second generation people. Right, Randy? Right, Teddy?
All right, TJS.
No offense to Rick Steiner, but he was never a big enough star to where they're going to be like, oh, his son, and make a big deal out of who his father is and his son in the next generation and do some kind of group like that.
Well, no, they tried that with Manu, and that went over really horribly. So, anyway. I'm sorry, Aaron, you were doing a super chat. I apologize.
Yeah, well, no, I was going to pass it over to TJS so he can give his thoughts on the match. It's 1 for Roman. So let's see. Will it be 2 for Roman? Go ahead.
Oh, man. So at the top of the show, Mikey mentioned anticipation being a 10 out of 10. I agree. I'm really looking forward to this just to see what happens. Personally, I think that I think Roman retains, honestly. And here's why. So if you remember WrestleMania 25, Shawn Michaels lost to The Undertaker, and the whole time afterward, he said, I just made one mistake. One mistake cost me the match. And I think Cody's going to do the same thing. He's going to say, I made one mistake. He's going to go for maybe a risky move, and it's going to, maybe go for the Cody cutter or something, get speared out of midair. And then Roman says, Cody says, I just need the rematch, please. I made one mistake. I'm better. And Roman will say, no. He said he could say, I've beat everybody. I'm going home. And then up until SummerSlam or even Money in the Bank, like you guys mentioned, Roman could just be off TV saying, well, I've beat everybody. I'm chilling. Because there's reports that he's taken the break. So I think that is what is going to happen. I also think since Kevin and Sammy are winning the titles, the bloodline is not going to fall all at once. I think Roman is going to be the last piece holding the bloodline together. And for that reason, like I said, I think Roman's going to win. And I think this is probably going to be like a 30-minute match, honestly. It's going to be great. It's going to be epic. Longer. Right, yeah, it could be long. The only thing that's going to suck is I wonder how the crowd is going to react with Roman leaving with the titles. If he's getting booed, then I guess that's what's supposed to happen, right?
I'll be in my seat with my finger in the air. Much as I love Cody, man, I will be acknowledging if he retains. I will.
Yeah, and I mean, even if Roman doesn't go on that little break, there are still people for Roman to face. AJ Styles, I know he's hurt, but there's AJ Styles, Seth Rollins, Randy Orton. We've already seen Seth versus Roman, but still, there's still options, So I think the I think the 1,000 days is it's oh so close. And like you said, Aaron, when are they ever going to have this chance again? I think they're going with it.
I love the discussion, by the way, man. So divided in the chat room. I love it. I love every bit of that.
Very divided. All right.
I love it.
That's how you know that this is a good story right there.
Well, this is Virtue persuaded me, honestly. I'd been listening to him, and at first I was thinking, oh, Cody's going to win. He's the ultimate babyface, but I think Roman retains, honestly.
Right on.
All right. Well, that's 2 for Roman. Walter, you're up. 3 for Roman.
All right. If there ever was a match that can have double-digit outcomes, it's this one right here.
Right.
Like, this could go in so many directions. And if there ever, it's like my brain, my heart, and my gut are all fighting. Like, they're all like, I was going back and forth. If it wasn't just professional wrestling, I might even have lost sleep over it. But
that was some Dolph Ziggler comment level, but I'll take it. That's okay. It's okay.
I mean, you got the whole story that Cody needs to complete his story, but you also got the marketing of having these 1,000-day T-shirts the Bloodline t-shirt on the marketing. And when is WWE ever known to leave money on the table? It's a $1 billion company. Are they really going to leave money on the table? But then you got how weak would Cody look if he lost after all this story building. But then you can do the I let my father down story, and I got to get back to that contender thing. Or maybe he loses a few matches and feel like I'm worthless now. I let my father down, and he wins a Money in the Bank or a King of the Ring, and he gets his confidence back, and then he finally beats Roman. So there's so many directions you can take it. But on the predictions league, we talk about not necessarily who walks out with the titles, and I think
Yes, sir.
Roman Reigns is retaining. You gotta,
man.
Roman is
Virtue
retaining.
has been creeping in the heads of the people, Aaron. I tell you what.
All right, Noah, you're up. Can we make it 4 for Roman Reigns? Go ahead.
If not now, when? If not him, who? If not this, how? Your last closest damn shot was a guy that turned into a karaoke singer at the main event in the freaking other continent across the Atlantic. Finish the story. The emphatically is freaking Cody Rhodes. If you're going to take the Bloodline in a whole different direction as a whole, especially with Jey Uso, and with everything we've heard on both parties' side, despite the fact they got one more face-to-face Friday nights, I don't give a damn about a marketing gimmick for one stupid-ass shirt with 4 digits. You want to reset in WWE, then Cody Rhodes has to finish the story. And whether that means that Roman goes savage, turns against the entire bloodline, Jey Uso plays part in this and strikes Roman behind the red's back. Paul Heyman is humbled, or Paul Heyman goes his own way. Now he becomes an advocate. Roman Reigns becomes a distant memory till SummerSlam. Draft LLL marketing set up for a sale. I don't give a damn. Cody Rhodes has to freaking win. You're not going to find another bigger moment or another choice than this. If they can't find somebody within WWE itself to beat Roman Reigns the last 3 years, and you brought Cody back from the outside and he doesn't do it, then why the hell does it matter if it happens anytime besides WrestleMania? Cody Rhodes finishes the story and ends freaking WrestleMania as the new WWE Undisputed Universal Champion.
Can I just say before you go to Mikey T, I'm looking forward to him calling that match. I'm just saying.
Well,
I am too.
Right.
I'll say one other thing though. One of the other reasons I'm picking Roman is because I don't want to see that ugly ass Cody rumored belt. That belt.
Thank
is ugly.
you. Oh God, was that thing
hideous
hideous looking?
Bring back the wing eagle. Bring back the classic wing eagle. Don't bring that, Cody. If you're gonna bring that back, bring back the original. Don't bring that.
That's
crap.
right. Preach it, Walter. Damn, man, that thing was fugly. Woo.
TJS?
I was just going to say, do you think it's possible that they do a WrestleMania 9, Cody wins, and then Rock bottoms him and wins the title?
Oh God, I would go heat on that. I would.
Wait a minute.
No, but truly, could you see Roman retaining and then The Rock comes out and there's a stare down with Roman?
Well, what if, not necessarily that, but what
Maybe
if
that, not what you just said.
What if The Rock is the reason Roman loses the title at WrestleMania and Cody's in trouble, the bloodline's out there, and The Rock makes a surprise appearance, shows up at WrestleMania after all, and evens the odds and helps Cody win.
I think that
What if it's just his music?
that cheapens it. I think that cheapens it for Cody.
Even if it's, think of when Mankind beat The Rock for the title when Steve Austin came out there.
Cody Rhodes,
like that.
I don't think so. I think Cody needs to do it on his own.
I forget what show I said this on, so forgive me for my memory. It's been a busy week, but I likened it to, and again, Miz is not Cody. Cody's not Miz. They're one side of the heel or face on the other. But I thought a finish like that, where there's some sort of schmozzy finish, the double count out that was mentioned at the top of the predictions for this match, then we get The Rock, and then Cody wins after the restart, and then people want The Rock and Roman so bad still, and they do what they've never done except one other time. They go out to Staples Center the next night, and they book Rock versus Roman for Philadelphia.
Oh wow. I just
year in advance that would push it.
I just don't think it's going to hurt Cody to lose to Roman once. It just, to me, it doesn't make sense for Cody to win it on his first try. That's just me.
And you can't stay undefeated forever. So
Well,
I don't think it does either. And I'm sorry, Aaron. I still stand by my pick of Roman retaining the title. But there's that what if that if they want to get The Rock involved and they want to get Rock and Roman in there like we've been talking about for years, that's a great way to do it.
Now, another thing to take note of with The Rock is you could do something where there's a ref bump or The Rock comes out there, puts on a referee shirt and counts the fall, and Roman says that's not a valid title change.
No.
The Rock shouldn't count, and that's how they split the titles. Like that's something they can
Aaron,
do too.
I just don't know.
I'm over the idea of a split title at this point. They're not going to do it.
I just don't know what sense it really makes for The Rock to come out there and help Cody Rhodes against his family out of the blue.
Because The Rock is for justice and Roman Reigns is an asshole.
Because Rock is Superman. He's super dog.
What you said about Stone Cold coming out and helping Mankind, yeah, that was different back in the day. But why would The Rock just randomly come out?
Because the Rock is tired of Roman Reigns' shit. Roman Reigns
It's
is
not
coming out
random
there
at all.
being a prick.
If you remember, they were going to do a promo on SmackDown where all the lineage of the Samoan dynasty came out and acknowledged The Rock.
Right. They acknowledge Roman. They acknowledge Roman.
And at that point, that would have pissed The Rock off, the fact that he was disgracing the family like that. But for The Rock to come out and help Cody Rhodes, that's a little bit too much. Like, you're really going to go against your whole family for Cody Rhodes? That doesn't make sense.
Mikey, hang on, Walter. It's not for Cody Rhodes. It's against Roman.
Against Roman.
Mm-hmm.
And it's for doing the right thing. The Rock is a moral person.
And the rest of the Oh, I was just going to say the rest of the bloodline could finally wake up once The Rock says enough of this. You know, you've been taking Roman's abuse. And I think it's against Roman, not for Cody.
Thank you.
And it's also because Roman and The Rock doesn't need the title, so you get the title off of him. So
which is what we've been saying for a friggin' year. Yeah, exactly.
And Matthew's got an interesting point. And by the way, somebody else who won the WWE title on their first try. Actually, did he? No, he did not. So never mind. Scratch what I just said.
Who were you going to say?
I was thinking Steve Austin, but that's not true. He did fail to win the title.
Cold Day in Hell. That's right.
Yeah, I forgot about Cold Day in Hell. Anyways,
we all did. It's okay.
So yeah, you could be right. Cody, is it too soon? That's a fair argument. I'm just glad that Noah picked Cody because I was wondering if I was going to be the only one to pick Cody. Like, I'm very torn on it. And
yeah, it's hard, man.
There's a few things that leaned me towards Cody, and one of them is that there's a sale. There's a pending sale or a possible sale.
Yep.
And this WrestleMania is key. They're talking about how this WrestleMania is going to be where the opening bids are going to happen. You know there's going to be TV executives there. You don't want a pissed off crowd chanting bullshit at the end of your pay-per-view. So that is something to really consider here.
Well, that's why you have Rock come out and do the stare down.
Well, the way you presented it with the title splitting decision, that's a straight, not to be punny, that's a dusty finish, and that'll piss the crowd off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Cody wins because of the fact that they want a babyface win to end the show, so the crowd pops huge. You have that energy, and the TV execs are like, "Wow, this was a really fun show," and the good guy won in the end. Like, it's playing it safe. And that's one thing to really consider. And another thing to consider with this storyline is after WrestleMania, Roman Reigns, he doesn't need the title anymore. The Bloodline storyline, they can do their split. You have a whole bunch of new opportunities, as I mentioned earlier, with Randy Orton and Drew McIntyre and all these guys that can challenge Cody. There's the talk of the new title. You can possibly split it up. And if Cody lost, like let's say Cody loses, goes on to SummerSlam, the thing about that is then it becomes predictable. Like, okay, Cody's getting his second shot. We know he's going to win now if he gets his second shot at like.
But predictable is not always bad.
Right. But the thing I like about this is that we're not sure that Cody's winning this. We're very divided on it. That's why I think now's the time to pull the trigger when the audience is divided on it.
I was gonna say predictable. Look, KO and Sami Zayn are predictable. They're gonna win the tag titles, and what happened with them and how they were gonna get back together was predictable. But in the story, look how well they came together.
Yeah,
so predictable doesn't always equal bad.
But, so Aaron, if Roman or if Cody wins, what do they do with Money in the Bank? If they want to legitimize that, do you really have the Money in the Bank winner beat Cody?
No,
no, not necessarily. You know what? Okay, people are like trying to say that Money in the Bank has always been this. Dude, Edge had that damn thing for damn near a year. And hang on. Yeah. Edge held it for almost a year, and that moment after Chamber with John was awesome. Rob calling his shot worked out, except for Rob's drug thing 3 weeks later. But that wasn't WWE's fault, to be fair.
Right.
Mr. Kennedy and the way that went down, Edge getting it was a good, solid thing. It's just the last few years have been detrimental to the Money in the Bank's perception. I talked about this with Baron Corbin last night. It's like, man, he's still the worst Money in the Bank cash-in ever. And he actually apologized. Aaron, you'll get a kick out of this. I took a selfie with him. I go, when Kofi Kingston did the New Day thing, he switched his fandom, Dylan did, to the Lone Wolf. And Baron looked right in my eyes. He goes, tell your son I'm sorry. Because of how bad he's been booked since then. That's Money in the Bank has the potential to be Edge-like, RVD-like, CM Punk-like even.
And Jeff, I already have my pick. LA Knight. I think.
Yes.
I was just going to say that.
Cody Rhodes and LA Knight. With a cash-in and a program into SummerSlam, dude, take my goddamn money.
I said this,
Aaron.
I'm going to SummerSlam. Give me that live. I'm going to SummerSlam. Live.
Yeah, hang on, guys. Aaron, go ahead.
I said this on my live stream a few weeks ago when Cody had that match with LA Knight. I think that's a preview of things to come. I think we're going to see those guys feuding for the title. And you have to think of that too. Who's winning Money in the Bank? I think it's going to be LA Knight, which means he's going to be chasing a babyface champion,
which is perfect. And again, I'm going to be blowing smoke up this guy's ass again, but I really don't care at this point. Percy Pringle at the end of his life didn't just go with anybody to manage, even if it's in the Indies or whatever. He purposely picked LA Knight as his last client. And the guy has potential for days. He just has to be booked properly. Give him a chance to be champion. Oh my God, he'll run with it. And he'll hit a major thing in the end zone. It'll be wonderful. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. You use the Money in the Bank for what it's originally intended for. Somebody who normally wouldn't get the title shot, and you give them that, and they run with it. You just do it. LA Knight is the man to pick. I was gonna 100% agree with you on that, Aaron. LA Knight is the man to do it.
Yeah.
I think Cody wins Money in the Bank. I think Roman retains, and we get the Rock Roman stare down to End Mania. That's what I'm sticking with.
You can find other ways to get Cody the rematch. You don't need the Money in the Bank.
There are so many different outcomes of this, and that's what makes it great, boss.
Exactly.
For the first time in a long time, WrestleMania main event actually truly is polarizing and matters. It only took 39 damn years. Well, maybe not whole time.
We got one opinion left, and that's Mikey T. Mikey T is going to wrap us up and give us some final thoughts. Now, Mikey's got some different picks from me. We'll see if he goes different and goes with Roman.
Are we 3-2 here? 3-2?
Yes.
3-2.
Yes.
Guys, I'm feeling kind of like the tribal chief going into this pay-per-view. I'm not going to lie. I'm feeling like Roman going into this pay-per-view because the No DQ Prediction League Championship, my co-championship, is in jeopardy this coming weekend. So, Aaron, I think the two of us we kind of locked eyes in lay cool-like fashion as everybody else was making their pick in this championship match. And Aaron and I had a moment where we both said to each other, we said, this is why we are co-champion of the No DQ WWE Prediction League. As everybody else knows, Roman Reigns. The two of us are sticking with, I think Noah's with us too as well. But that's right, Noah. Noah is with us, and I'm going with Cody Rhodes because, Cody Rhodes is just going to win this match, unless I decide to change my opinion. At what is it, at the 12th hour or the 24th?
Well, Mikey, I think we did have at least one match difference, so it should break the tie for this show.
Right. We'll be good on that. We just both recognize that the WWE is going to do the right thing here and put the strap on Cody. If anything, it may happen. I don't really agree with it. I don't think The Rock coming down and helping Cody Rhodes would taint Cody Rhodes' victory. There was a point in time where Cody Rhodes had said something about The Rock being involved with WrestleMania, a statement that I believe he took back. Maybe they had told him, yo, Cody, you should think before you speak, because The Rock is the one who's actually going to save you at the end of WrestleMania. So you should have more gratitude towards The Rock. The Rock is going to make a little bit more spectacle around his title win if that was the case. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's just going to be a solid Cody Rhodes win over Roman Reigns. After that, Roman Reigns may come back at SummerSlam to get his rematch. I haven't heard anything on television about a 1,000-day run. I haven't heard anything about that on television. So I think that's
yet.
There's no talk about it on television. So I think that's purely speculation,
You're right, it is, but it's valid. 100% valid.
Just look how strong Cody has been in this build-up.
Okay.
I was feeling about the whole Grand Slam champ thing, and the whole lines of the Grand Slam champion has been blurred since the days of HBK back in the day when the European title was first introduced. You know what I mean? So there's this whole 1,000-day reign thing. I don't think it's really significant in the grand scheme. What has been significant is Cody Rhodes completing the dream, though.
I'll tell you what, Mikey, you seem very confident in your assessment of Cody Rhodes walking out of SoFi Stadium as the WWE Universal Champion, the Unified Champion.
That's my pick.
You're going to $100 bet?
I don't have that kind of money, thank you, boss. Let's not don't put words in my mouth just because we did this shit the other night, okay? No. So Josh and Virtue have their bet. I'm not betting monetarily, but if somebody wants to come up with something on a non-monetary basis, I will gladly stand firm in the belief that Roman Reigns will walk out as champion.
Well, I agree with you.
I'm not saying he wins the match. Keep that in mind. I'm saying he retains the title. So schmozzy finishes. Yes, there's the sale here, and you mentioned that, and I'm not disputing the importance of that, but Virtue made a great point, and he said, come on, Aaron, when he said it. WWE TV executives love drama, and they love more than just the ha-ha, aw-sweet, mushy Disney ending bullshit.
Yeah.
And yes, I work for the company, so I can say Disney bullshit on the air, so there. I would not be surprised one bit if we get a finish where Cody is either just definitively buried or it's a F the fans finish just to say just to try it.
TJS.
Well, do you know what the executives love more than drama? The Rock. I think The Rock.
Yeah.
I don't think you can have a WrestleMania in Hollywood without The Rock showing up at least in some form. And Cody winning does not equal The Rock showing up. Roman winning equals The Rock. So I agree.
Because I said this all along. I think Cody could be elevated by The Rock coming out there and putting the title around Cody's waist. That's like about as big of an endorsement as you can get.
No,
it's like Mike Tyson raising Steve Austin's hand at WrestleMania 14.
I already had Cena come out with Cody. That was part one.
Yeah, that was a big endorsement. Something similar to that where The Rock endorses Cody. That puts Cody just over the edge as a top babyface.
I want to throw one more thing out.
Go ahead, Walter.
Everybody's talking about The Rock. The Rock might not be available, but there's a certain Viper that might be lurking around who has history with both people. He's been feuding with the bloodline. Imagine he come back and help Cody win. Just putting it out there.
Legacy.
Yeah, exactly. He's got history with both these matches. If anybody can come out at the end, we never know.
Josh,
not that I think it's going to happen. I just want to throw something out.
Yeah. Josh, the Steelers are in the same division as the Cowboys. I'm not going to root for the Steelers on purpose anyway. Come on. Anyway, sorry. Wrestling show anyway, Josh.
All right.
Yeah,
Let's
I
get to
really
these
had
super-
a,
oh, go ahead.
I think WWE is kind of crazy for putting Cody over Roman, being that he was just AEW's number one guy.
Well, let's get to that super chat from The Game Is On 100. He sent in $2. Said Cody wins by Jey Uso interference. Cody is the favorite on Bet Online.
Yeah, that's another possibility. JJ's most recent comment is key.
Mm-hmm.
Rock, it raised Roman's hand in the time. Now, to be fair to Roman, that was when the Roman was being forced down our throats as fans. We didn't want any part of him. Not even The Rock could save Roman at that point, Jay, to be completely honest. But yeah, the endorsement thing is not necessarily the key. Yes, John did endorse Cody, gave him the intro on television, whatever. I think there's money in Cody continuing to chase, and there is guaranteed money, like printing their own damn money in the bottom of Titan Towers on 1,000-day merchandise.
I'll be the first to buy that shirt. I told you.
Well, no. You'll be second behind Virtue, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's crazy because I remember a few years ago we were all like so excited about CM Punk reaching 434, and now Roman's on the verge of 1,000. It's crazy to think that there's such a gap.
If they were doing this road to 1,000, it would be Cody's dream versus the road to 1,000. There would have been a whole storyline built for it.
Finish the story doesn't mean the story ends at Mania.
Exactly.
That's 100%. Cody's in the main event. There is a Rhodes family member in the main event of WrestleMania. That's a hell of a story right there. Because Dusty never got that. Goldust was never going to get that, unfortunately, for that character. So it just wasn't going to happen. Cody has the opportunity. Win or lose, he's in the last match at WrestleMania.
And you know what would be ironic? If you use The Rock to kind of knock Roman's reign over and give it to Cody. The Rock took out Punk's reign, and now he took out Roman's reign. The two longest reigns were ended because of The Rock.
Oh, man.
Yeah, again, if they did it where The Rock costs Roman and Cody ends up, and then they build, the only way I'll be okay with that is if they build toward Philadelphia. That's the only way I'm thinking that's okay for me.
So
Roman,
So Aaron, if you had to bet money, would you say yes or no that The Rock shows up in some form?
I mean, I'm not expecting it, but I would also not be shocked. I'm pretty much 50-50 on it. Like I still think there's a possibility because the whole idea was that he could not get into the shape to do the match. But I mean, who's to say he can't come out there and be there? He's Hollywood, it's
I mean,
nothing to do with Roman, but being there.
And it would help WWE with the sale. It would create a huge buzz for the end of WrestleMania, whether it's either scenario where he helps Cody win or he comes out there and confronts Reigns after Reigns retains.
And I mean, we've seen it before where Roman retains, and then he's celebrating at the end. We've had Cena interrupt him. We've had Brock interrupt him. Return, and I just think that's what's going to happen.
Jeff.
So Matt's comment, first of all, I understand that you believe people are tired of Roman, but this chat discussion here says otherwise. There is disparity in the conversation. There are people on both sides of the conversation. They're not bored with it. They're indecisive, and that's what's great about it. As far as Virtue's comment, 1 week from today is 365 Virtue for Roman as the WWE champion.
All right, so we do have a few more super chats here. Let's get to those real quick. Hamp Cano sent in $2. Thank you, Hamp. Says, I think if Rock was there, he would be wrestling. Well, not necessarily.
No.
I mean, again, he could show up and not take any bumps.
The show's already sold out, so there's no need to bill him.
Again,
also have to remember there's insurance issues with the movie studio.
There is one show of WrestleMania weekend that sold out. And that's the one we're calling tonight on the Jeff Meacham Network, which we'll plug hopefully soon.
And again, it doesn't matter about the ticket sales. Like I said, what matters is because the sale talks are going on right now. I think that moment is really important, more so than selling tickets, which is why him showing up as a surprise would be even more of spectacle.
And
Anyways,
let's be real, WrestleMania 40 would be a bigger spectacle for The Rock to return at. Why is everybody making such a big deal about 39?
It's
Because
Hollywood.
Because it's
Mikey
Hollywood.
J.
Hollywood
Oh,
spectacle.
40, damn it. Who cares about WrestleMania 49? I care about WrestleMania 50.
But I also said it makes more sense to do it in Philly because of what happened in Philly last time.
WrestleMania 7 was in Hollywood, and it was one of the most controversial WrestleManias of all time because of all the shit going on with Sergeant Slaughter. But people cared about it. It was WrestleMania 7. Lucky
People
7.
are invested. The bottom line, people are
47, you
invested.
said it, Jeff.
I just don't think that they're looking at the numbers like that. They don't care. They're not
They
going to hold
don't.
back. Just
Yeah. They have not cared about WrestleMania numbers since WrestleMania 30. That's why they haven't marketed any WrestleMania since 30 as a WrestleMania film the number here.
Maybe I'm overlooking that one.
You're overstating the importance of it because it's not important at all.
all right, let's get to this guy experience. He says Triple H and company have so much pressure with this outcome. I mean,
Well,
yeah,
they do. They do.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. I don't think they even know yet how to get to the outcome, let alone what it's going to be.
They also don't know how to book. They also don't know how to book the end of night one. They still haven't announced what's closing night one. Aaron and I talked about this earlier today. They still have no idea what they're doing. They don't.
And the results of this one might tell you the direction of the WWE for the next year. So it is a lot of pressure.
That's what I'm saying. This show, Vince walked out there at the Garden in 20. This all begins again. This show is gonna be a pivot point, no matter what happens.
Exactly.
Yeah, and as Josh mentioned, we've spent more than a half hour talking about this match, which means that they did their job well. They got everybody debating it and discussing it. And here's another possibility if it is in fact a happy ending, and Virtue doesn't think so, but
no.
I think with the executives there, I think they're marks and they want a feel-good ending with the rest of the fans. KO, Sammy, and Cody. And since WWE erased this moment from history, they have to recreate it. KO, Sammy, and Cody holding up their titles.
Exactly.
To close out night 2.
The one lingering doubt I have about all that happening and Roman not retaining is Sammy and Kevin bringing up PWG on Monday. I'm going, damn.
You're talking about the executive. You're talking about the executives being there. At the end of the day, marketing wins. No matter who wins, you get the 1,000-day shirts. You get all that marketing. And if Cody wins, you get the marketing for your executives and TV deals. So either way, money.
And Aaron, think about how much bonus money that Crown Prince will shell out if the 1,000-day reign actually happens, and then they can take it to Saudi Arabia. I'm just saying.
Right. But yeah, thank you for that. Dave is a beastie. And Dwayne Atkinson sent in a $5 super chat. Thank you. Dwayne says, trivia time. Who is the only wrestler to win a world title on both Raw and Nitro? Well, Jeff, if anybody would know this, it would be you.
God.
I do not know.
Come back to me.
I Jericho, but I don't know.
What is it?
It's not Goldberg.
World champion.
No, it's not. You know what? It may be Brett.
Yeah, maybe. Oh yeah, Brett won it the night after Starrcade, right?
Yeah, he lost it and won it back the night after Starrcade.
People in the chat are saying Sid.
Is it really
Sid?
Okay, you know what? No, okay, so hang on. So Sid won it the night after Mania, or the night after
Fatal 4, the
Fatal 4-Way cluster that was. You know what? Did he win it on Nitro? I thought.
I think he did. Didn't he win it at Staples Center in Los Angeles? Like when
that was on. Yeah. Okay. So he won the title match, but then they reversed it on Thunder. So he did win the title technically. So yes, Sid's the right answer. Yeah. Yep.
Dwayne said. Okay. Yeah. Dwayne said Sid in the.
It is Sid. Yeah, because with Nitro they were doing the whole thing where Nash was the commissioner and Sid pinned the wrong Harris twin or some stupid shit or whatever it was. Because Thunder the next night they took it off of Sid, and then I think Sid had to beat the other Harris brother and Nash. It's WWE 2000, folks.
It's hard to really keep track of what was going on back.
But yeah, the answer is Sid.
Isn't
that something? Of all the world champions of both companies over the years, Sid's the guy that won the title on both shows.
Well, again, Jeff, did he win it on Thunder? I'm not even sure what's officially recognized.
No, because I'm pretty sure they recognize. Well, okay. So WCW did recognize the win. I just don't think when they go through and talk about Nash's world title wins and Sid's, I don't think they actually count it. But, that's the same thing with Flair. So Sid did actually win and hold up the big gold on Nitro on January 24th, whatever it was. And then he did beat Brett the night after Final Four. So Sid is the answer.
Hey,
All right,
Aaron,
well,
now that we all mentioned Brett, did he win the title on his first try? I think that match with Flair was his first title shot. I think it was his first try.
It was his first recorded title shot on, but remember, it wasn't going to be on TV. It just happened to drop because of Flair had the thing with Vertigo with the Warrior. I think Brett had title matches on TV before that, though, in that year or the year before, maybe.
Okay. So, all right. Anyways, guys, great discussion tonight.
Yes.
Very, very fun discussion. And I'm more hyped for WrestleMania after doing this now that we've all talked about it. And we've discussed all the possibilities. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, give it a like. Head over to Jeff Meacham Network. They're going to be doing a watch along. Let's go ahead and do our plugs. Walter, we'll start off with you, man. Go for it.
All right. First, I'm going to say, Noah, lock my answers now because I feel like if I see the paper in my face, I might convince myself
seriously
to change some of the answers.
Just take my shit now.
Lock them in.
Oh my God.
Lock them in now. But in terms of plugs, yeah, you can see my Instagram there is at Cal Fire Farms. And also my name underneath there is my Twitter handle. So it's at Walter Alex Cruz. And thanks again for letting me be part of the No DQ family in these videos. I have lots of fun doing these.
All right. Pleasure to have you on as always, Walter. Mikey T, we'll go over to you.
Noah, I'm going to say change my pick to Johnny Gargano.
All right.
If the NXT shit is relevant at the moment. Everybody watching right now, if you want to see some of my rants, if you want to see some of my hip-hop interviews and me going off about hip-hop news, you can go to my YouTube channel, Report Card Radio. I got like 63,000 subs over there, so I'd appreciate if you all tapped in and subscribed, as well as checked out some of my live videos where I'm going crazy talking about shit. But I always appreciate the opportunity to come on here on the No DQ channel, the predictions. Also, Jeff and Noah, I appreciate you guys having me on Open Mic Night, which is on Saturdays at 11 p.m. You know what I mean? We're always
Eastern
on
time.
there.
Yes.
Yeah, 11 p.m. Eastern. So what's that? 8 p.m.
8 p.m. here, but this Saturday it'll be whenever Mania is over.
Right.
And Mike, you know Snoop Dogg's coming here, right? We might have to take a trip together here.
Yo, you know they're doing Rampage in Rhode Island as well. I don't know what are looking at like that, but that's like Rampage and Battle of the Belts. And I'm not really
all the wrestling, all the constant wrestling.
Like I'm saying, if you guys want to check me out on a more frequent basis, you can check me out on the Jeff Meacham Network as well for Open Mic Night every Saturday night.
Appreciate that, brother. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
Thank you, Mikey. And now we throw it over to Mr. Professional, and he did very well tonight. Thank you, TJS, for being on your best behavior. Much appreciated. Go ahead and give us your plugs.
NoDQ.com/TJS will take you to my Facebook. Feel free to send a request. I have one request of the viewers. Please visit NoDQ.com/merch. And if you would, buy some merchandise. There's some nice NoDQ.com merch there.
The big reveal. I like that. That was
good. Please procure it. And
I was a little scared there for a minute. I was
No. I have turned over a new leaf. Worry not. So please procure the merchandise and enjoy the show this weekend. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for that, Mr. TJS, Mr. Professional, and somebody who's always a professional with us, Noah Foster. He's always dressed for the occasion. Noah, go ahead and give us your plugs.
Always a pleasure to be amongst these panels and amongst the fun. TJS, you did a good job for once. People, you want to know more about me, know this. I'm just a simple man, lifelong fan of professional wrestling. Damn it! But I digress. So find me on the Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and in Foster1916 for all things wrestling and to keep track of the leagues. Shout out to ACW family on the Twitter. As Jeff Meacham alluded to, we start our series of watch-along events tonight with the Multiverse United, continue tomorrow with the Ring of Honor, Supercard of Honor, and the Hall of Fame, and go into Saturday and Sunday, of course, for NXT Stand and Deliver, and WrestleMania, and then after that, the Raw after Mania. So much wrestling ahead. And again, get your predictions in. Your opinions matter. They are not finalized for WrestleMania and NXT until noon Eastern Standard Time Saturday. So get them in. It's never too soon. But as always, to conclude, there are no winners. There are no losers. There are no betters. Just fans with opinions for this passion we all share. F the M word, you freaking internet idiots. And again, as always, support one another, respect each other, protect your mentality too. For the love of God, get off your damn phone. And treasure your families. And just enjoy life and enjoy professional wrestling. And enjoy WrestleMania weekend. It's as simple as that. And good luck to everyone.
My picks are finalized. Please, because if I see them, I'm telling you.
I'm going to share a graph tomorrow, so I'm just going to have more pressure to you. But okay, got it.
Now, Jeff,
Yes, sir.
we lived through Katie Vick, so I'm not sure how to even answer this question from this guy experience. He sent in $2. Is there any event or storyline that would make you stop watching
Not only
WWE?
do we live through it, that was our jump off point, our first story we covered, brother.
Damn.
I have a dear friend who I met through Disney who stopped watching during the Dominik Eddie Rey storyline in 2005. That one was close, because that was like too much. But then again, like you said, Katie Vick was a thing 3 years before that. If The Undertaker leaving didn't drive me away completely, which it didn't, I don't think anything would drive me away at this point.
Yeah, and I agree. I mean, I don't think there's any storyline that would make me be like, I'm done. I would probably always watch in some fashion, or at least watch the pay-per-view.
Let me ask you this though: if neither of us were, doing this and making money off this, would that be the same answer? If we were just fans, not doing any podcast, not doing any website design or whatever, would that still be the case though? That's where I have my problem with my answer.
Yeah, I'd watch the pay-per-views. I think.
Okay.
Not Raw. Live.
Right. Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah, Mikey.
I gotta say, if they did a storyline again, like where Jinder Mahal or somebody of that level won the WWE Championship and kept it for 9 months and subjected us to seeing this guy beat all of our favorites like Randy Orton and Shinsuke Nakamura and stuff like that. It was almost as crazy as like when Kofi Kingston won the WWE Championship and started beating Samoa Joe, pinning him with roll-up. It's like, I don't like being subjected to that kind of wrestling. I don't find that entertaining.
Right. The only time I see that happen again is if, Country Redacted paid a whole lot of money and you pick somebody from near that area and all of a sudden they're a dominant champion for 2 years.
There you go.
What's his name? The guy, he's from there, but what's his name?
Mansoor, he's part of that model nonsense, so that ain't gonna happen, I don't think.
Yeah, he's so far down on the card, he's under the building.
Yeah, so I'm glad Jose brought that up, because in addition to the plug I'm gonna do for the show tonight, I'm gonna be on the WQ review on Dylan's birthday next Tuesday, so that'll be interesting. We're gonna recap my WrestleMania experience, so that'll be fun.
All right, Jeff, let's go ahead and wrap this up and get your plugs in now. Go ahead.
All right. So again, tonight, almost immediately, because we're going to be going on at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific. Impact and New Japan are out here at the Globe Theater, home of PWG for the moment, with Multiverse United. Only the strong survive. I believe we have 8 matches, Noah?
9.
9. Okay, that's right. 9 plus the graphic I did here. So yeah, 9 matches tonight between the Stars of Impact and Stars of New Japan. And due to a scheduling snafu on our end, it'll be Noah on play-by-play and God help my voice, yours truly on color commentary. So that's tonight. That's just the first watch along. As Noah said, Ring of Honor and Hall of Fame reactions tomorrow night. WrestleMania, both days Saturday. NXT Stand and Deliver Saturday morning. Raw, Noah, is still up in the air. There's some more scheduling conflicts I haven't been able to tell anybody about yet, but we got some shit going on. So, but we'll try. But definitely WrestleMania. Again, I'll be in the stadium. Noah and JJ will be on the call. When we did the watch along for WrestleMania last year, I was impressed and humbled by how great a reaction we got. I am legitimately giddy about this weekend. I'm so happy that I get to have such an amazing team call this and put this together for me, and I get to be there. I get to go with my dad Saturday morning to meet The Undertaker. I can't express how much of a mind screw that is for me to meet The Undertaker in 2 days. 2 days from now, I'm meeting The Undertaker. It's just, what the hell? It's almost the same level as I felt when I met Hogan. Like, it's that big for me. So I'm so excited. I mean, it's one of those, it was literally handed to me as a gift, Aaron. And I know, it's money is what it is these days, but it's going to be probably, we were talking about, I was talking about JJ about doing a top 10 fan moments on an episode of Dad's one of these days, top 10, top 5, whatever. this whole weekend between me and The Undertaker, going to WrestleMania, going to the thing afterwards, the WrestleMania event with Val and Mick Foley and everybody, that this weekend could be the top of my list. It could even surpass Hogan. And that's big for me.
Have a great time, Jeff.
Thank you, sir.
Weekend. It's a big one. And NoDQ.com, I will be doing live results coverage on the website. And, of course, I will be doing my post-show recaps. Check those out. And last super chat here from Keith Johnson. Everybody could just answer yes or no on this one. Is there any hope for Hit Row? No. Jeff?
Michael Cole is getting over on Top Dollar. No. No.
Game
Walter?
over. No.
There's hope for them at the unemployment line.
Dude, I'm more street than Top Dollar. Give me a break. Hit Row.
I gotta say
Hell no.
One thing for Jeff, I love that you're meeting The Undertaker. Like, I would get anything to meet him. I literally met Bill Clinton, and I would be more excited to meet Undertaker.
There you
Yeah,
go.
me too.
There you go.
I would rather beat Undertaker.
Yes.
I'm. That's awesome. Met President Clinton, Walter. That's pretty cool. I'd love to meet him. You know, at least we can meet one president that wasn't indicted like somebody else. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and get off that.
On
Hey,
that note,
I mean, a valid Hall of Famer this weekend.
On that note, we're heading out. Thanks to everybody on the panel.
See you guys in a little while.
Great stream, 2 hours almost here. We had a great time. Watch the first one if you missed it. Both will be on demand through the weekend. So share this link. Tell a friend, anybody you know, even a casual WWE fan who might not watch.
Please.
Have them check this out. They might be entertained. This might make them more excited for the pay-per-view. You never know. So just share the link. Anything
Great discussion.
you can do. Anybody you can tell about
Good
this,
stuff.
it's very much appreciated. Much love to everybody out there. Thank you for your continued support. Say yes to NoDQ.com, as I always say.
Absolutely.
Support Jeff Meacham Network. Support everybody. Follow these guys. They're great guys. Follow them. Take care, everybody. Enjoy WrestleMania. Say yes to NoDQ, and we will see you all next time.
The
Have a
code
good night,
no
folks, and
DQ
enjoy WrestleMania.
is out.
Get some merch.
Feel merchy.
I will still be champion.
We'll see.
Lies. All lies.